Welcome to another edition of Ask the Hub, the series where we take questions from the community on business, technology and product development and talk with experts in the field from the Amplifyre Hub. Today we have here Christopher Kühn. He is the CEO of Graph CMS and we will talk about what are the benefits of using headless software architecture. Hi Christopher, how are you doing?
Hi David, thanks a lot for having me. I'm looking forward to our discussion and nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too, thanks for taking the time. Before we go into the topic of headless software architecture, let's talk a little bit about your company, Graph CMS. What is the company about?
So as the name says, we are a content management system. It's a GraphQL native content management system, which means we are based on the GraphQL technology, which is a query language, which is a successor of the REST technology. We were founded 5 years ago and we are headquartered in Germany, but we have employees and colleagues all around the world joining us to serve our users and customers with our content management solution.
Cool. Okay. Then let's get deeper into the topic. So headless software architecture. What does it mean actually, headless software architecture, for the people out there that that are not so super technical and they maybe don't understand this term? Can you explain this a bit?
Sure. Yeah. So headless software architecture is about decoupling the front end from the back end. It means that you have the backend system, in our case, the content management system, and the front end, which is the platform, the device, so which would be a website interface or a mobile app interface. These two things are deconnected. It means you have an API, which is serving data in a raw format, and then from the different platform, it is consumed. So it opens up the possibility to serve different channels or all the channels which are out there. And it's based on the modern requirements of consumers, because there's a demand for consistent omni-channel experiences, and to be able to serve this, it's a good approach to use a headless architecture.
What benefits in general would you say people have to use this architecture? Actually, why should they say, in general, just headless software architecture is better these days maybe than the traditional way?
Yes, indeed. As I mentioned already, we have the big advantage in the flexibility of serving all the different channels and devices, but then it also gives independence and freedom to the different teams which are working in these architectures. You have the teams which are curating, editing, managing content, which we do on the back end side. But since this is decoupled from the front end, at the same time, the UX designers, the front end teams, the front end developers, they can work on a specific web application, and they can work asynchronously, independently, because it's not templated or not forced into a framework anymore.
Okay, so in which projects can I use it mostly? In which project types does it make a lot of sense?
Yeah, for all projects where you have different channels, for sure, but also for projects which have a certain complexity or a certain specialization. Maybe for a very plain, pure website, like a corporate website, or a very simple marketing use case with landing pages, not necessarily needed. But if you have a more complex platform, a more complex digital product, where you have, let's say, a streaming platform for music, for videos, or if you're having a bigger travel platform, then it totally makes sense that you have a headless architecture, because then you can stitch together a lot of different services in the backend which are needed for this use case.
So when we take a look at software architecture, headless is a term I hear a lot, definitely when it comes to software architecture. But in general, where is software architecture heading to? What do you see are the trends right now? In which direction is it going?
We see a lot in the market, or also with companies embracing new tech stacks. We see a lot that they are moving away from more monolithic solutions, which could mean that you get a whole digital experience platform from a single vendor, which has more or less all the functionalities. Some of them are great, others maybe not so great, but you basically buy what you get there, and you cannot really pick and choose too much. Where what we see is that it's going more towards microservice-based architectures, so-called best-of-breed approach, that you pick the services and the functionalities you need for your specific use case. You pick it from the different SaaS vendors out there, and you have then a compilation of different microservices where, for example, you get you want to embed in your web application search. So you get a SaaS solution from a only search, dedicated search vendor. You want to embed performant CMS systems. You get, for example, the solution from us. And then you integrate this all together. And then you could argue that it's a lot of integration effort. But today, these APIs are very well documented and very well standardized. So actually, it's very straightforward and very quick to integrate these different microservices.
Okay, so everything is getting more and more modular, and the different modules are getting more and more specialized, and then people or companies are getting experts in these arenas. Thank you very much for your insight on the topic on headless software architecture, and thanks for the time today.
Yeah, thanks a lot, David, for the interview. It was really great discussing with you. Wish you a great day.
Cool, thanks, you too. So, for the viewers out there, if you have questions to Graph CMS or to headless software architecture in general, please leave them down here in the comments and we are happy to answer them. See you next time.